Well, spectacular, isn't it? This is the wilds of the Canadian Rocky Mountains. This is the BMW X5, the reason why we're here. It's the third generation of the German car maker's pioneering luxury SUV. Actually, it's not all that new. Underneath the bonnet is carryover engines, a 3-litre twin-turbo diesel and a 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 at the moment. This is the V8, 4.4-litre twin-turbo, 330 kilowatts, an extra 30 kilowatts over its predecessor. And I'd have to say it's a silky smooth engine with the 8-speed automatic gearbox. And with maximum torque of 650 newton meters available from under 2,000 revs, the thing just feels effortless. Like most BMWs these days, it's got multiple driving modes, from an Eco Pro, which literally changes gears as high as it possibly can, as soon as it can to save fuel, all the way up to a Sport mode, which tightens everything up, puts a bit more response into the throttle, adds more weight to the steering and tightens up the dampers. Now on some twisty roads north of Vancouver where we are today, in Sport mode this thing is surprisingly agile for a big car. The engine has just got so much energy that it's really quick between the corners, and when it's tight, it actually steers pretty well. But what this car is all about is luxury family motoring, and it does a pretty good job of that too. And it's loaded with gear, a big new 10.2-inch widescreen media system for all its sat-nav and audio functions. The iDrive controller has also got a touchpad on top of it for the first time, where you can literally type in your commands by writing letters on the top of it. As far as space goes, this car rides on the same wheelbase as the last generation X5, so there's no increase in interior dimension space, but that's not to say it's short on space at all. The rear seats are pretty generous in their legroom, there's heaps of headroom, and the rear seat now has a 40-20-40 split fold function, which allows it a bit more flexibility. Then there's also a 7-seat option in the boot for a third row of occasional passenger use, I'd have to say. Now the X5 isn't a conventional 4-wheel drive with a transfer case and lockable diffs, but it does have a whole heap of electronic trickery up its sleeve, including hill descent control and torque vectoring through its 4-wheel drive system, so that it can tackle even pretty rough off-road tracks. Now you could probably traverse most of this stuff in a conventional car, but the X5 has just that little bit more ground clearance and all of those electronic smarts to get it through pretty safely and comfortably, and you don't have to have a lot of experience to do it. There's a sense of familiarity about this third generation X5. It looks pretty similar and drives pretty similar to the last one, but there are incremental gains in a whole heap of areas. It feels more comfortable to drive, more effortless in terms of its performance, and more luxurious on the inside. So, it's a clear case. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.